Hey, PolishLynx here, Ace Academy, the morning. So, there was the alarm going on. Let's continue. And, as I said, the alarm was there, and it snapped me out of my slumber. With a groan, I reached out my balcony in search of the coveted snooze button. 15 minutes to 6 AM? What? What possessed me to set my alarm at such an ungodly hour? Alright, the physical regulation class I have this morning. A normal human being would have picked a more reasonable time for this course, which explains why this time slot was the only one available. I climbed off bed and began my morning routine. After getting ready, I head downstairs to an empty living room. Kinda Nikki must still be asleep, like any other normal person. I power feast through breakfast and head on my way. An eventual drive later, I'm waiting outside the gymnasium. Some zombie-like students wait with me. The rest are passed out on the campus benches.
Broseph!
So you are... Actually, I should have expected that lunatic would be here. I choose voice too chill for the current time of day. Breaks from my reverie and I see two familiar faces approaching. She is beaming, but I can't say the same about Cory. Her eyes are hardly open and she yawns, barely mustering a note of acknowledgement. I'm with Cory on this one. I wrap my eyes, barely able to stay conscious.
Aw, you're not a morning person either?
Before I get a chance to reply, Shu smacks my back hard and I stumble a few paces. Cory staggers too. She whips around the stumps of food toward Shu. Her rose expression is placed with one of fire.
Ow! What was that for?
Just waking you both up for a wonderful day of gym class.
Current eyeball of Shu piercing glares toward Shu. I'm going to add him.
Not before I do.
Shu steps back, his hands going up defensively.
Whoa, guys, chillax. So scary.
What's up with you two picking this as a time slot for the course?
We could ask the same for you.
I transferred the program late, so this was the only class available. Cory crossed her arms.
I guess that makes sense.
I know, right? And you guys?
We were originally in a later class, but decided to change out.
You decided. And she didn't know. That's my prediction. And the reason why? Shu looks at Cory. She sighs before shrugging her shoulders.
Remember when we told you about us forming our own team because it didn't work out with the previous one?
Oh, so they are in the later class. Yeah?
Let's just say, we all decided to pick the same gym class to train together, but as you know, it didn't work out.
Sounds more like a falling out. Shu ramps to the back of his head.
Something like that. In any case, we figured it'd be easier to switch out than deal with that awkwardness every week.
Wait, they have gym classes only once a week? What the hell is this heaven? Or maybe hell? I mean, it would be hell for me in primary school and junior high school. Because I really did enjoy physical and basically gym classes, but in high school not really, it sucked. Plus, our gym was terrible. And physical teacher as well. Physical education teacher. Okay, drop it for now, I kinda get the gist of it. I guess that makes sense. We hear a click as the building door unlocks.
Sorry for the wait, everyone. We had a little issue with the gym schedule, but that's now been resolved. Please make your way to the locker rooms, then meet at Gymnasium 3.
Awesome! We'll see you there, Cory! Come with me, Broseph!
Shu pushes me towards the men's locker room. We quickly change to our uniforms, then Shu and I head towards the gym. I've been here before. Even with all of the training equipment inside, this space still feels huge. Flags and banners from past victories hang on the walls and ceiling. Really? It feels huge? I wouldn't say so. I mean... Unless there is more to it. It's not like one, I'm guessing, tennis court. Looks like it. Maybe volleyball court, right? But there's not enough lines for that. There should be like 2 more. 3 meters from the center, right? In both ways. But there looks like there is another court down below as well. So yeah. Okay. Typical Face Academy. Everything looks pristine.
Hello?
Shu's voice now speaks reality. Yeah, what's up, what's up?
Jeez! Zoning out like that when I'm asking you such an important question? It's almost like you don't care.
Dude, it's middle of the night right now. Sorry, what did you ask?
What's your favorite flavor of Dango?
I think he and I have different definitions of what is an important question. I suppose it's something in my peripheral vision distracts me from answering. Is that calorie? Whoa. A group of girls at the gym wearing nothing but their panties and a t-shirt. This can't be right. I rub my eyes, but the magical side remains in full focus. What's going on?
Huh?
The girls over there are just walking around in their, panties. Shu glances excited but deflates a second later.
What are you talking about, Broseph?
Or what you'd call bloomers, right? How are you not seeing this?
See what? Girls wearing their gym uniforms?
It's incredibly revealing though. Shu stares at it for a moment.
I still don't get it. That's what they've always worn, ever since elementary school. Actually, now that you mention it...
I watch as Shu's face reddens.
My god! What have you done?
Now I can tell. It was a good thing that we started the day that early. We destroyed him.
I won't be able to focus in this class anymore.
Good. Come on, I couldn't have been the only one saying this.
You were. I was desensitized to this from childhood because my memories never associated this attire with perversion, and thus there was nothing to be perverted about.
You're welcome. What the heck are you talking about?
I don't know, man. I'm too distracted to think clearly.
You're welcome.
What are you two yelling about?
He's the one yelling. And? God bless Japan. We both spin around and see Kari. She's also wearing what no one in their right mind would do that a gym uniform. Her porcelain legs are completely free of blemish, and the way the material shows off her body makes it clear she worked hard to stay fit. Hello. How can she wear something like this? Swiggity swooty, I'm going for the her extra team is yielding super results. Let's go with this option. Seems like kinda safe. Definitely not the middle one. If I ever heard any doubt about Kari's physical pros, I don't have them anymore. It must take hard work and discipline to have a body like yours. She frowns as Ken instantly goes to her side, the only thing betraying her unimpressive expression is this slight pink creeping to her cheeks.
Are you really trying to hit on me with a line like that?
No, just giving credit where it's due, of course. I wish. Boom! You can take it however you want, it just impressed to someone diligent with their training. Kari crosses her arms as the pink on her cheek deepens. I'm a genius.
Thanks, I guess.
A few minutes go by as we wait for class to start. By the way, have you guys thought about what we should do for sponsorship?
Not quite.
No.
As I thought. Shu and I both glanced Kari in surprise and she crossed her arms.
What?
You're usually on top of this stuff.
I've been busy. This team isn't the only thing I focus on.
I see! before Shu can say anything else, I intervene. That's okay, I might have a lead anyway.
Really?
She doesn't need to sound so surprised. Yeah, you know, the SBA. They both know it. I know somebody who works for them. She's agreed to help us find a sponsor. Shu claps me on the back.
This is why I chose you to join our team. You make things happen.
Are you sure it's not because I was the only person available? Cory snorts, but Shu is faced.
That too.
Okay, Shu is about to speak again when Cory shushes him.
Be quiet! Class is about to start.
The professor waits for the room to quiet down before he begins the class. You know what? I really do like her. Maybe not as much as Yuna, but we'll see with the progress. Maybe it will change. The professor dismisses the class, and the three of us file out together. I think he had such fantastic work as he's coming to Japan. I'm totally in my element. Cory keeps pace with me, looking just as refreshed as I do. On the other hand, there's that lunatic.
I am dead. 'Tis the end for me. I bid you good
I knew
morrow.
it. I look back and see Shu sluggishly trending behind us. Huh? What's up with him? Cory doesn't even look back.
Serves him right. That's what happens when you pig out on junk food all day.
Well.
I promise, I'll work harder.
He always says that, but he never does.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Also, the ponytail suits her very well. Seriously, I think we should check on him.
Fine.
My brosif, I don't know how you're keeping up with Kaori. That is impossible.
What you should have said is impossible, but well, whatever.
Impossible.
Oh, okay, so... I'm thinking so much like her!
That's what I said.
I scratch the back of my head. It's not really that tough, you just have to keep working at it until it gets easier. Cory looks over at me, I think she looks impressed. Anyway, let's get out of here. Shu nods and summons out a second wind as we make our way to the exit. Once we're outside, Shu waves goodbye. Come on, let's destroy him even more. With the uniforms as well.
Well, that was fun. I got some stuff to take care of, though. I'll catch you on the flip side, Kaori, Mr. Brosif.
For fuck's sake, stop with that nickname.
Same. I'll talk to you guys later.
Wait, I'll say goodbye. Mayu, Valerie, Yuna. Okay, so... I kinda want to go my probably favorite person. At the moment, at least, she's my favorite, right? But then I feel like maybe I should not go that way and go like the one that I might not like the most. To keep the excitement for the end. And so, okay, let's do it. Whatever. Yuna, let's go, because we need to get that contract or something like that. But in truth, I won't meet her. I dial Yuna's number and wait for her to answer.
Hello?
Hey Yuna, it's me again. I was just wondering if you got some time to hang out. Maybe we can have another tennis match.
I'd love to, but I've got class in about half an hour. I was about to stop and grab a coffee. Would you like to join me?
Yes. Yes, that sounds great. I'll meet you in the cafe.
Okay, see you soon.
We hang up and I walk to the cafe. That's a fancy looking place. Yuna is only there by the time I arrive. She sits at the table near the window. After drinking myself a coffee, I joined her. Now that's bullshit, I don't drink coffee. I ordered myself a tea. She smiles in a little bench as I sit down. So, what class do we have next?
Just one of my PHPT degree requirement classes. It's not one of the more interesting ones, so I'm not too excited about going.
Well, I'd suggest skipping, but she's too nice of a girl for that, and... yeah.
Do you have any more classes today?
Nope, all done for the day.
That must be nice.
Her eyes sparkle as she sips her coffee.
So, how are you spending your free time between classes? Anything fun?
Okay. Alarm for me. Sorry, but that needed my attention. As well, my dog was kind of in need to getting rid of the food he ate, and it was going the same way it went in. Not that it matters. Both situations would need the attention in that case. I'm sorry, Yuna, for that topic. Hope it didn't bother you. Anyway, how we are spending free time between classes, anything fun? It varies. I'll go to the library, study, or chill in the pilot's lounge. Johnny, I like to spend some quiet time with my gear. Now that's bullshit, because we haven't been with gear in a while. She glanced at the teal stripes on my uniform as she takes a sip of her coffee.
What made you decide to be a pilot?
Well, my dad was an engineer and I grabbed building mechs with him. He and I actually built Eagle together.
Eagle must be really special to you then.
Yeah,
So why didn't you go into engineering?
my dad always wanted to be a pilot, but he was colorblind, so he would never become one. He always encouraged me to be a pilot instead. I never even considered doing anything else. And my water ran out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not just doing it because my dad wanted me to. I love piloting. It's just something I always knew I wanted to do. What about you?
I actually almost joined the pilot program.
What? Think about how many more classes we would attend together. Really? What changed your mind? She hesitates. The words are on her lips, but she's debating whether or not to say them. Oh my god. Oh my god, why do I have a bad feeling about this?
There were a lot of factors, but the biggest reason I chose to study PHPT is because pilot health and safety is frequently overlooked.
Okay, I guess I overreacted for a second.
Pilots go through a rigorous training process, and people don't consider the long-term effects that training has on a person, especially when you're talking about G-force training and the like.
I love her.
Being a pilot can take more of a toll on your body than you know.
You're scaring me now. You can check my health any day. Jeez, like now, like after Nancy. Okay, you can check my health any day. I feel safer just knowing you're here to look out for me. Yes! She blushes.
I'll try my best.
So, pilot health and physiotherapy. Does that encompass mental health as well as physical?
Yes, definitely. Most people tend to forget that a healthy mind is just as important as a healthy body, but an unhealthy mind can just be as destructive, if not more so, than an unhealthy body.
Ask more about mental health, why not? I'll admit I'm a little guilty of forgetting it myself. Is there actually a larger basis on mental health screenings for pilots, or is this an ever-evolving process?
It's an ever-evolving process, and unfortunately, it usually takes a tragedy before people realize there's a flaw in the system.
Really? She knows.
Obviously, a pilot has to pass a mental health evaluation before he can earn his license, but that screening needs to be more rigorous and more frequent.
What do you mean?
Some mental illnesses are easily diagnosed, but some are more tricky and some can disappear and reappear, like depression or addictions. Those are hard conditions to spot because for the most part, they must be self-reported. But if a pilot knows that he may lose his license because he has this condition, he may not report it. It could reach a level where he would not only endanger himself, but those around him.
Shouldn't his colleagues or teammates report him if they notice the pilot's changed behavior?
They absolutely should, but the way the current system works, the responsibility falls on the pilot himself and not his peers. Pilots who are on anxiety or depression medication can also be disqualified from earning their license just because of the medication use alone.
Isn't it kind of like pushing the pilot for treating his condition?
There are arguments for both sides. The pilot is being punished for treating his condition, and because he uses the medication, he should be considered to be in sound mind. On the other hand, someone who is using the medication has a greater potential for significant underlying psychiatric or psychologic problems, and the side effects of medication is always unpredictable, so they're considered a risk.
I guess both sides make sense. Which side are you on? You're on side Flash.
I'm a strong advocate for reform. We need pilots to understand the severity of these conditions, and we can't encourage an environment of secrecy because that is what puts lives at risk.
Okay, now I'm scared a little bit. She pauses, then her cheeks flash. Yeah, she noticed that temperament went a little higher.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you.
Don't worry. It's okay, I'm just glad someone like you is here to find for what's best for us pilot. Yuna checks the time.
I need to get going. Sorry for lecturing you.
No, don't be. I think it's great that you're so passionate about this. Passion is what creates change. She smiles brightly.
I'll see you later, okay?
Yep. Yeah, see you. She gathers her things and leaves. I finish up my coffee, then follow her out of the cafe. I'm basically done for the day, but I don't feel like going home just yet. I went to the campus and decide what they want to do. Study the library, check out the quad, hang out at the pilot's lounge. Huh. So, where should I go? Like literally, I have no clue what to do now. Studied I was in the pilot's lounge already. The quad. Don't think we've been there. Also the library. Alright, I'll go to the library. I should stay on top of my classes and get some studying done. I'm curious about the library. Holy moly. Wait, I have actually been here before, right? On the weekend, with Yuna. I'm more familiar with the campus now and have no trouble finding the library. Students lounge in the open areas, a coffee in one hand and a book in the other. It reminds me of CINY. I guess some things just translate across cultures. I'm a little surprised by how many students are here so early in the semester, and it takes me a while to find an empty desk. I finally find one on the third floor. It's not as secluded as I'd like it to be, but it will do. Sitting to my desk, I can't help but notice all the graffiti. Yep, some things really don't change. Pulling out my tablet, I get to work. Really? No one? After about half an hour, I'm interrupted by the student at the desk beside me. He's wearing stripes on his uniform, so he must be a pilot.
Sorry to bother you. I don't know if you recognize me or not, but we had Piloting 101 together.
Yeah! Totally recognizing you, man! He looks vaguely familiar, but we've never spoken before, I know it.
I was wondering if you can help me with a question.
Sure?
For what use were gear initially developed?
What? Civilian. Military. Government. Well, I'd say... Was that during the classes? I don't think it was said, right? So, civilian. Well, I guess we could use mechs for, you know, buildings, creating them and so on. But I don't think that would be the aim of it, really. Military. Well, that kinda makes sense. I mean, let's look at what's going on in the academy, right? I mean, even the qualifiers show that fighting. So that's the most reasonable thing to answer, I guess. Also government. Well, no matter how you look at it, government do tend to like to use those for military purposes as well, so the answer. Let's go military anyway. It was for military use, but now they use commercially everywhere. He grins.
Oh yeah, I think I remember reading that. Thanks.
Of course. After another note of thanks, he returns to his text. I feel smarter for having known the answer. I know it was the correct one, but whatever. Nobody else bothers me after that, and I'm able to complete my studying in peace. My phone rings and Yuna's name flashes on the screen. Oh boy. I shouldn't be chatting on the phone when the quiet silent places. I pick up my tablet and head in the group's study room where talking is allowed. Hi Yuna, how goes the search?
Actually, that's why I called you. I have some good news.
What is it?
I got you an interview.
Already? It's only been a day! How'd you do it?
Lots of phone calls.
I laugh. Thanks, Yuna. This is great.
I know. It's with Warp Tech Corporation.
I nearly dropped the phone. How did you get a major player like Warp Tech interested in us?
I told them the truth. You guys are a strong up-and-coming team. And with the right sponsor there to support you, you'll be unstoppable.
Thanks. We definitely have an advantage if we had success to Warp Tech's weaponry. When is the interview?
Yeah, about that.
Her hesitation is ominous.
Your interview is tomorrow.
Lots of time. Drop the phone. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'll be there. There's a pause before Yuna speaks.
Oh, good.
Is something wrong?
No, I was just expecting you to protest a little more.
Why?
Well, it's pretty short notice.
Okay.
Never mind.
I need to call my team. I don't know if they'll be able to make it.
They don't all need to be there. As long as one member of the team is there, the interview can happen. Can you make it?
I need time to prepare, especially if I'm going alone.
No, I'll be there. And as a member of the SBA, I'll be taking the lead in presenting your credentials. I've got everything under control.
Alright, I'll make my whole preparations tonight and meet you tomorrow.
Great! I'll meet you in front of the library after class.
Thanks again, Yuna. I owe you one!
It was my pleasure.
You are the best, girl! We both hang up. The first thing I do is send a group text to my team. Got an interview with Warp Tech Corp tomorrow afternoon. Can any of you join? Okay, if can't, I have it under control. A minute after I've sent the text, I receive a reply. It's from Shu, which is no surprise. He's always freakishly quick to respond. Rosef, I'll be bringing fruits on the Doppler. I really have no idea what that means. I text him back. So you mean yes? You're funny. Good luck and let me know how it goes. At least I got my answer. One down, two more to go. I've still got some time before I need to go home. I mean, Kaori might come. Mayu, I don't think, because she's, you know, shy. But we'll see. Kaori or Shu. Okay, should I go unlocking more people, or should I just go and, you know, have that differences? I will just concentrate on one person. Screw this. Shu. Let's see if Shu wants to hang out at the arcade or something. I call and he picks up after a few rings.
What's up?
Let us partake in the merriment of cyber skirmishing, asks Shu out on days. Let's go to the arcade. Let's go. Yeah, first option. It's time. To go to war. I cannot do it alone. Will you follow me into the gates of purgatory?
That's a hefty request, my good sir.
It involves free snacks at the arcade.
That's simply an offer I can't refuse.
I figured as much.
I'll meet you there.
After hanging up, I head out to the arcade. As I enter the building, I spot Shu waving at me. As soon as I join him, he leads me deeper into the arcade. Where are we going?
To a game which will showcase our skills.
But the gear simulators are the other way.
Not those skills.
Shu stops in front of a Shu game and pulls a gun out of the holster.
Shall we see who the better marksman is?
The game has inbuilt sensors so we can duck to the side to take cover or peek out, and the game will read that movement. It's a team-based game, but it sounds like Shu wants to turn it into a competition. You're on. How about we raise the stakes?
I like the sound of that. What were you thinking?
Loser buys the winner lunch for a whole week.
I never took you for a gambling man.
He doesn't know yet. It keeps things spicy. I'm feeling lucky. I'm not gambling when the results are already known. That's fair enough. Yeah, keep things interesting.
Alright then. May the best man win.
We throw a couple of tokens into the machine. Once the game loads, we jump straight into the action. Shu takes the lead and leads us straight to an enemy encampment.
You're falling behind, broset. Ah!
A large wave of enemies spawn on Shu's side.
Ah crap, I'm pinned! Give me some cover!
Whatever, okay, I'll help you. It's still a team game. Alright, I'm coming in. I take out the shooter, spinning him down.
I knew you'd pull through. Time to finish off this wave.
Yep. We cleared the game, however we weren't fast enough to make the leaderboard. Maybe if we hadn't spent the beginning of the game, it might have been different.
Not bad.
Yeah. After our shooting match, we head for the gear simulators.
Aw, no way!
There's a long line with snakes around some of the other gaming stations.
Well, I guess I should have expected this.
Why are there so many people?
It's because of the new update to the simulators.
Update?
The arcade has new prototype weapons by Eludian Enterprises installed into the sim.
I wonder what kind of weapons.
Not sure, but I can't wait to find out.
You're pretty excited about this. He scratches his head and wears a sheepish grin.
Yeah, it's because I really do like gears.
What got you into them in the first place? Shu looks like he's trying to find the words.
Nah, it's stupid.
I'm sure it's not, who can tell me? It's strange to see him look so serious. Don't tell me it's Gundam. After a few more seconds of hesitation, Shu finally speaks.
I got beat up a lot as a kid.
Now I feel like a jerk. I didn't know. He takes a deep breath.
I was always the one being picked on in class or after school. That's why I hung out alone a lot. Then one year, my mom bought me this sweet gear action figure for my birthday. Man, I loved that thing. It was so awesome. But the kids from my class, they pulled it from my hands and laughed as the leader smashed it against the concrete.
Oh man.
I sat there, my eyes red from crying, and I thought, if only I had a real gear.
Shu, I'm so sorry. It doesn't fit me. If I had known this was such a sensitive topic, I wouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's good to finally talk about it, you know?
Suddenly his body starts shaking. Are you right to look at me to bring up? I knew you were fucking with me right now. Wait, don't tell me.
I can't believe you actually fell for it!
Okay, you got me. Give me back my sympathies. I'm going to get you. Give me back my sympathies. I take back every nice thing I just said.
I'm sorry. It was just too good to resist. Maybe I should give up my piloting career to become an actor.
Don't push it. So, what's the real story? Sure shrugs.
There isn't one. There's just a feeling, you know? Being inside the cockpit, your hands on the control panels, and the only thing you see out of your visuals is down the barrel of your opponent's rifle.
You mean you like the thrill? Didn't take you far in adrenaline junkie.
That's not exactly it. In a match, everyone is an equal. You could be the son of the president or missing a leg or whatever, and none of that matters. All that matters is if you have what it takes to win.
Well, matches aren't really equal. If you're the son of the president, you could have the best equipped gear in the nation, which will obviously give you the advantage over the gear with average equipment.
True,
And then the
which is why
skills.
matches held between standard gears are my favorite. Then it really is based on skill alone.
Shu's unusually serious and speaking earnest. Although he's still smiling, it's not his usual goofy grin. He might come off as someone who doesn't take anything seriously, but after what he just shared, I get a feeling this facade hides a mind that is observant and alert. Interesting.
I don't share that with a lot of people. I don't think they'd understand.
I don't really know what to say. Luckily, Shu's signature grin returns.
Anyway, good talk.
You can talk to me anytime. See you next session. Yep, no need to repeat it. I got your bag, bro.
That's great, because there was something else on my mind.
Uh-oh. Whoa, so soon? Shu just laughs. The line dwindles as we've been talking, and before we know it, it's our turn.
Looks like we're next.
Shu and I take our places inside the simulation pods, and we continue to battle each other until Shu has to leave. Because I have so much time to waste. As soon as I get home, Nikki jumps off the couch and greets me.
There you are. What took you so long?
What? She has her hands on her lips and taps her foot impatiently. Did I forget we had class tonight? Run, turn around her, late call. I'm no later than usual.
So, I've still been waiting forever for you to come home.
Really, usually come home around the same time that I do. How come you come back so early this time?
Well, I have some exciting news!
Nikki sits down on the couch and I follow her. What is it?
Remember when you suggested I start a cooking club at school?
Yes?
I took your advice and spoke with the school administration, and they loved the idea! I already have a teacher who's agreed to sponsor the club, and a few of my classmates have approached me asking if they could join.
That's awesome, Nikki!
I was thinking of structuring it so that we can learn a new dish each week, and anyone can share a dish, so it's not just me leading everything. Our first meeting is next week, and I thought I could start us off by teaching something simple and non-Japanese.
She pauses and looks thoughtfully at me.
What do you think I should make?
Sushi. Non-Japanese. Sushi. Sandwich. Salad. Some salad maybe? Well, I don't know. Salad, that's what you girls like to eat, isn't it?
It's not just girls in the club. There's one guy who signed up.
Maybe he likes it too. Yeah, you know why he did, right?
Because he wants to learn how to cook?
I'm so glad my sister is so pure. Because as the only guy in all girls group, he'll be an automatic chick magnet. Yeah, and that's it. But yeah, salad, I guess. Or maybe like a boiled potato?
Let me guess. Those are the only foods you can make.
No, that's not true actually, sorry. Of course not, I know how to make mac and cheese. Not only that, sorry.
Eating stuff from a box? That's not cooking.
I can make spaghetti. Oh, that I can.
Uh-huh. Maybe you should join our club.
And that is my cue to leave.
No, don't go. I was just kidding.
I laugh. I know, but I've got some studying I need to do anyway.
Okay.
Congratulations on getting your club started. I bet it will end up being the most popular club in your school.
Thanks. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I like having a smallish size group so we can all interact
Ouch.
easily. But having a larger group means more exposure to new foods. Anyway, that's getting way ahead of ourselves.
And you still need to decide what you're going to do for your first meeting.
Some help you've been.
I laughingly took it upstairs. You know, you still love me.
That's what you think.
She waves goodbye anyway. I know I love you. And such. But that sound is so annoying. Once in my room, I settle down at my desk and begin collecting research and statistics I present at the interview. I want to be well informed, especially if I'm going to be representing my team. Wait, did Carrie and my even ever respond to my text? I check my phone, shows me they did. I open my text first. I hope it doesn't cause you much trouble if I don't go, but I have a previous engagement and can't make it. Best of luck. I shrug, at least she was nice about it. Next, I open Carrie's text. Why did you schedule the interview so soon? Of course I can make it. Don't mess this up. Thanks for the vote of confidence, Carrie. At least Yuna will be there to back me up. I read over my notes a few more times until I'm confident about what I will say. Then I head to bed early so I can be well rested tomorrow. I wake up after the first sound of my alarm and hop out of bed. Today is the interview. As I get dressed, I practice my speech in my head. Breakfast goes by in a blur as I try to anticipate what questions they will ask me. Before long I reach the campus, as if in days I go to class and take a seat by the window.
Good morning, class. I hope you are all prepared for the pop quiz.
For what? Pop. Pop? Please, I didn't hear about the pop quiz.
You are absolutely right. That is why, young man, it is called a pop quiz.
Just fucking great, isn't it? The only person who is amused by that is the professor. He hands one page out to each student and soon I am staring at a sheet of questions. What is the difference between overheating a core and draining a core? It's the same thing. Overheating occurs when a core is utilized too much in a short span of time, while draining a core is when the total energy available is depleted. Draining occurs when a core is utilized too much in a short span of time, while overheating... Okay, pick C, it's always C. Okay. Yeah, it's this one. That sounds about right. I spent some time complete the rest of the questions. With my quiz complete, I handed it in at the front of the class. He says thank you. I nod and head to my seat. The professor waits for the rest of the class to finish before beginning the lesson.
That is all for today. Have a good afternoon.
What about the results? Can I get the results? As soon as class is dismissed, I rush out the building. I'm not sure why I'm in such a hurry. I still have a few hours before I need to meet Yuna. I wonder what I should do to pass the time. Mayu, Shu, Valerie. Mayu! Let's see. I go to the library again to study. I sit down at a secluded desk between the stacks of books. After a couple of minutes, I think I hear a muffled thumping, as if someone is trying to quiet their jumping. Following the noise to a nearby stock, I see Mayu bouncing on her toes, trying to reach a book on the top shelf. Her fingers barely graze the ledge of the shelf. She tries a dainty hop, but still fails to reach the book. As she sighs, she pauses and readies herself to try again. Okay, let's intervene just in case. Let's intervene! Stifling a laugh, I walk over and easily pull out the book that she needs. Mayu blinks at me as I hand it to her.
Oh, thank you.
She hangs the book to her chest and stares shyly at the ground. No problem. It seems like you could use some help there. Her cheeks redden as she nods. I take another look at the book she's holding. Hey, isn't that a Piloting 101 textbook?
Yeah,
I thought so. I guess you're working on the assignment now.
yeah.
She gives me a strange look. I only know this because I have to retake Piloting 101. I'm not stalking you or anything.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
There's a long pause. Maya refuses to make eye contact with me, and I more down my head scared her when she suddenly speaks.
Why do you have to take Piloting 101 again?
Okay, you call it 101, I call it 101. Whatever. As soon as the words leave her mouth, her eyes grow wide and her blush deepens.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean mean to be rude.
I can't help but grin at her reaction. Oh, don't worry, it's a normal question. Basically, my credit for my C, A, I, and Y didn't transfer. Apparently, some of the materials is different here for the introductory course, but so far everything we've covered has been the same.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's it, since I've taken this class before. If you ever need help, feel free to ask me. She smiles.
That would be great.
We stand the signs again. She seems like she wants to ask me something, but he's too shy to say it. Offer to help her now. I know exactly what she wants to ask me. I think she wants to be left alone. Boom, would you like any help now?
Sure. But only if it's not too much trouble.
Of course not. I always have time for my friends. Her eyes meet mine when I say friend before she quickly looks away again and her blush stains her cheeks. Despite that, she smiles and nods. We sit down at the desk together and I go over my notes with her. As we sit at the desk, I pull out my tablet and Maya pulls out a spiral notebook. She opens her textbook and flips to the correct page, then opens her notebook to a fresh page, her pencil at ready as she begins to read the text. I watch her closely as she meticulously writes her notes in a fine print. After a couple of minutes, she looks up and our eyes meet for a second before she looks away. A blush stains her cheeks. Again. I write in her notes. Maya seems self-conscious.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Did you flashback to the year 2000? To each their own. That's really cool. That's awesome. She blinks, surprised.
You don't think it's weird?
Of course it's not, damn it. I shake my head. No way, people are too dependent on technology those days anyway. I nudge my tablet. Including me. Maya smiles.
For me, I just learn better when I write it down.
And I'm actually capable. Well, I guess it's the same for me, kinda. For I write it once, right? It's easier for me to remember stuff from my own writing than from printed writing. Really? She nods. How did you get into the habit?
I wasn't allowed to have electronics when I was growing up.
And that's how it's supposed to be in every day in family. I can't remember the last time I was without my tablet. I can. How did you survive? Maya giggles.
Well, it wasn't so bad. I think that's where I got my love of books. I wasn't allowed to play games very often, but Father always encouraged reading.
That here is the way probably I would be a father. Despite my love for games, I probably would not allow that too early. Or you know, maybe a bit. But definitely would not allow to play, you know, the games that are not for the age and so on. So you're under 18, no GTA for you. And such.
He said he didn't want me to get distracted from my studies, so that's why I wasn't allowed to have a tablet.
It sounds like your father takes your education very seriously.
He does. I was in high school when I got my first tablet, but by then I was so used to using a pen and paper that typing out my notes felt unnatural.
I completely understand. I actually can't type very well on tablets and such, or basically on touch screens of any kind. Well, the one upside to writing all the time is that your handwriting is really neat. Mine is amazing too, apparently. I wouldn't be able to read my notes if I wrote everything down. My giggles.
I'm sure that's not true.
I read somewhere once that a person's handwriting can say a lot about them.
Oh, really?
Well, your characters are all very neat and small. Your strokes are slightly rounded, not angular or spiky.
What does that mean?
You are an introvert. You are an extrovert. You are cool. Okay.
What does that...
One. Can I have?
Oh.
Wait. Need small stroke, slightly rounded, not arm.
What the-
Okay. I think introvert, right? It means you tend to be more shy and avoid confrontation. You also have a tendency to be more creative. Mayo seems pleased.
That actually sounds accurate.
I don't know where do I get that knowledge from. The handwriting doesn't lie. Anyway, we should focus on the assignment.
Right.
She turns back to her text and I turn to mine. As I'm reading, I can see my glance get me out of the corner of my eye. I look up.
Well, do you think you could explain this passage to me?
I grin. Of course. But I continue to help her until her assignment is complete. Yuna is ready, waiting for me at the library. A tablet with the SBA logo is clutched in her hand. She smiles and breathes a sigh of relief when she sees me.
Oh, good. You're still wearing your uniform. I forgot to tell you yesterday to wear it, and remembered too late to text you.
Should have texted. Anyway. I'm so preoccupied on what I should say today that I forgot to think about what I'd wear. No worries. I hope my voice sounds more confident than I feel. Yuna notices the waver in my voice. She places a hand on my shoulder. The heat of her hand soothes my nerves and I relax a little bit.
Okay, well, are you ready to go?
Yeah! She starts at the bus stop when I stop her. I can drive us. Yeah. Her cheeks turn pink, but she grins white. I'm immediately reminded of how her face lit up the last time she saw my bike.
That would be great.
I lead her to my bike and we both hop on with ease. Once she's settled, we speed off. Yuna directs me where to go, and eventually tells me to park in front of an impressive building. It's narrow but shoots straight into the sky, cutting through the clouds. As we walk in, a perky receptionist greets us from behind her desk.
Welcome to WorkTap Corporation. How may I help you?
Speak to me because you have a great voice. Yuna steps forward.
I'm Yuna Misaki from Ace Academy's SBA. We have an appointment with Mr. Takeda.
The referee smiles and gestures to the empty chairs.
Of course. If you'll please take a seat, he'll be with you shortly.
As soon as we take our seats, the receptionist types a rapid sequence to her computer, then drags the document from the monitor onto her tablet and disappears into a hole in the book. I glance at Yuna. She's meticulously going over her notes. Are you nervous? She thinks for a minute.
Not as much as I thought I'd be. Are you?
Not really. I mean, the nervous are really hungry. Nobody can resist these pearly whites. Nervous are like feelings. They don't exist. Okay, was I ever nervous before an interview? The first interview I had was over there, and it was a successful interview for the internship. And I don't think I felt nervous that much, really. The second interview was at that place for an paid internship. That was actually after I graduated. And I was surprisingly actually confident there. So yeah, no nerves there. So yeah, kinda nerves didn't exist for me back then. Maybe I was even a bit too confident actually. And next one. Okay, in next one I was kinda fucked. And was told that there was no... When I arrived, I was told there was actually no interview scheduled and such, so yeah, that was just great. The fourth one. The fourth one, I know I messed up myself because I kinda didn't want to work there and I messed up on purpose. There was another one I kinda messed up on purpose as well because the place was basically rubbish. No, it was really looking very bad. This is the disgusting place and such. Another one was for the internship I had to go, unfortunately, and I made it through it easily as well, but I quitted that place after like 2 weeks and got to another job that I'm currently at, and I want to change now anyway. Okay, whatever. Nobody can resist these pearly whites. I've got my secret weapon.
What's that?
I flashed her smile. One look at me and she'll be hooked.
We're meeting with a man.
Then he will be hooked. I freeze as I ran this scenario in my head. It could still work, I guess. Yuna chuckles. The receptionist comes back and gestures for us to follow her. Her ponytail bounces behind her as she walks briskly down the hall and directs us into a spacious office. So she has a great voice and a ponytail. How does she know? Hello. A portly older man sits behind an old-fashioned mahogany desk. His jaws wiggle as he offers us seats, which we both take. The walls are painted white, but one wall has a translucent sheen with Yuna's SBA submission pocket projected on it. I think I freaking dropped something. Whatever. His chair squeaks in protest as he leans forward to greet us.
Miss Misaki, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you for agreeing to meet with us, Mr. Takeda. I'd like to introduce my associate.
Yo, nice to meet you. No, okay. I'm Lynx, nice to meet you. He nods in acknowledgement while Yuna continues.
He is here to represent his team at Ace Academy.
And you are in need of a sponsor.
Yes, sir. We waves a hand towards the wall and shuffles the data on there.
As you can see, Miss Misaki did a detailed job of describing you and your team in your application. But I'd like to hear from you. Tell me about yourself.
I've always had an interest in gear. I like long walks on the beach. Yes, I actually probably like that. I mean, I haven't been to the sea forever, but I enjoyed actually walking there. What's that? Okay, I've always had interest in gear. I grew up in the world of gear, and knew from an early age that I want to be a pilot. While a student at CINY, I began my program in piloting and earned top marks in all my classes, but that doesn't matter. I recently transferred and tested the pilot program at Ace Academy, where I'm pursuing my degree in piloting.
As a transfer student, that's not an easy program to test into.
He sounds impressed.
Tell me, out of all your other options, why did you choose Warp Tech Corporation?
What other options? You were the best around. Money, 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 money. I didn't. Okay, you're the best around, right? It was an easy decision. Warp Tech Corporation sets the standard for gear weaponry. Read about your latest announcements of the advancement in particle technology. Same output on beam weaponry while reducing core usage by 15%. None of your competitors have made a breakthrough like that yet.
There has also been some controversy over that release.
Some are saying using the new technology will affect the longevity of a weapon, but there's no proof of it yet. I prefer to see evidence than believe rumors. He nods.
It's refreshing to see a young person keeping up to date with the latest releases.
Of course. I think I detect a hint of approval in his voice.
Okay, and why should Warp Tech Corporation choose you? In other words, what sets you apart from the competition?
We're a breath of fresh air. My team is hot woman. I'm international. No, I guess the fresh air will do, right? As a new team, we aren't so set in our ways that we stifle creativity. We're not afraid to try new strategies we think will benefit the team, and we're receptive to feedback. That said, we're also actually aware of our abilities. We work well together because we are upfront with each other, not only about our strengths, but also about our weaknesses, and we use that knowledge to our advantage. I sneak a peek at Yuna, who looks pleased. Mr. K seems to appreciate my answer as well.
Well, I think I've heard enough for now. Miss Misaki, do you have a copy of your team's qualifier transcripts?
Yes, of course.
She flips on her tablet and flicks a document on the projected wall. The interview seems to be going well. I glance at you now, who smiles encouragingly at me. Mr. K takes a quick glance at the file and frowns.
Your team is only ranked 21?
Yes, sir. He sighs and turns off the projection.
You seem generally passionate about your team and your studies, and perhaps if the circumstances were different we would consider your candidacy. Unfortunately, Warp Tech only accepts teams who are ranked within the top 10 from Ace
Oh,
Academy.
you fucking asshole. As I'm still pursuing the rejection, you are protesting on my behalf.
Mr. Takeda, couldn't you make an exception? You said yourself that if rank weren't a factor, his team would be a strong candidate. A representation by you would make a significant difference in their growth and development, and their success reflects positively on you and your company.
Should we mention that the team was, basically created, kind of, like 2 days before the qualifiers?
I'm
something
sorry,
like that?
Miss Misaki.
Don't worry about
I do
it.
believe with skills like his, he will find a sponsor. Just not with us.
Oh, we'll kick your ass later.
Won't you even give him a chance?
Miss Misaki, I'm sure you understand the image that we have built and what would happen to that image if we stopped recruiting from the top 10. I thank you very much for your interest in us and wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
His voice had a hard edge of finality. He just towards the door, then turns his attention to his desk. All presents dropped. Yuna storms out of the office while I follow calmly behind. His pointed makes my feet feel heavy. After we leave the building, Yuna whirls to face me.
What? A hypocrite! How can his company promote taking risks when he won't take any himself?
Okay, I understand you being angry a bit, but don't worry.
I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's okay, it was long shot away, even though we didn't get this much, I still appreciate you helping him out.
Don't give up just yet. I will get you a sponsor.
I'm not sure how far positive thinking will get us. Leaving this to the imagination might work out in favor. Oh come on, I don't want to say any of those. I'm not sure how. I mean, I'm sure we can get a sponsor like lower. You know, that kind of is lower, less known and such, and I would actually like that. Would make things more interesting. Or you know what I would like? Kinda not getting a sponsor, but working on everything ourselves as well. Because he does have the background for that, right? Alright, let's go with this. I like your design, but I'm not sure that long will help us find a sponsor. She looks at me blankly. I'm sorry. Without waiting for me to answer, she hops on the back of my bag. I get on after her and start the engine. Yuna is quiet the entire ride back to campus. When we arrive, she gives me a hurried goodbye and rushes off, leaving me wondering just what she has planned. Well, sitting here and stewing in my thoughts isn't productive. I have some time before I need to go home. Maybe someone will be free. Now that's not a lot of people, but I don't mind. Kaori. I'm fine down with class for the day. For some reason I'm strangely tired and don't feel much like hanging out on campus. I go home and rest up. I walk to the parking lot and spot my bike where I left it. As soon as I reach it, a sleek white car pulls up and locks the exit. The car has tinted windows and looks like something way out of my price range. As I can only see the back of the car, I guess that it might be a Panther. Although the engine is still running, there is no movement from the car. That's kind of weird. Are they waiting for someone? If so, I wish they'd pick a different spot. How am I supposed to leave if you're blocking the exit? Besides, wouldn't it make more sense to pick someone up closer towards campus than not in the heart of the parking lot? And yeah, I got me back as I ponder this questions. Just I'm about to back out, the passenger door opens and a smooth leg steps out, fully in black, a cute girl with red hair. Wait a minute! That's Kaori. And duck out of the way. Stay still, whatever. I pause my bike, ready to watch the scene unfold. I'm far enough away that Kaori won't spot me. The driver's side door opens and an older man steps out. He looks European, definitely not Japanese. I guess he's in his mid-30s, and I can tell he keeps in shape by the way his shirt clings to his biceps. What biceps? He reaches into the back of the car and hands Kaori a bag. With a wide smile, he envelopes her into a hug. I wait for the inevitable slap, but it never happens. Instead, Kaori accepts the hug without protest. How is she so calm right now? She's even smiling back at him. He tries to linger in the hug, but Kaori gently pulls away and waves goodbye to him. The man waves back as he returns to his car and drives off. As she heads back toward the campus, her path leads her straight to my parked bike. Yo! She jumps slightly at my voice.
Oh, it's you.
She glanced behind her and sighs with relief when the white car is nowhere in sight.
What are you doing here?
I was on my way home. I could ask you the same thing. Nothing. First option, I guess. Just picking up my bike so I can go home.
Oh, right, of course.
What about you?
Heading to my dorm.
Okay. What were you up to today?
Does it matter?
I'm just curious. I want to learn more about you. Her expression softens slightly and I think I see a faint blush of pink on her cheeks.
It's nothing. Just a thing I went to.
Okay. I want to pry, but I should respect her privacy and trust that she will tell me when she's ready. Okay, if you say so. She nods.
I'm going now. I'll see you later.
Yeah, later. I wonder what that was all about. As soon as Kaori is out of view, I kick my bike into gear and head home. And I don't know, are those cicadas? Or something they're supposed to sound like them? I'm in a happier mood when I arrive home. Hey guys, I'm home!
You can't just decide that without telling me.
Kaido's voice stops me. I can see him pacing back and forth in the kitchen.
So cut it short. This is the opening day of my new restaurant. They'll expect me to be there and they'll expect you there too.
As I get close to the kitchen, I can hear a woman's voice on the other end of the line.
I really don't care. Part of our arrangement was that we'd consult each other before making a decision and you didn't. So how you're supposed to be in two places at once really isn't my problem.
A flurry of muffled words on the line has Kaito falling deeper and deeper.
Don't forget, we are still married. We promised to do whatever it took to make sure nothing interfered with our careers. Well, if you don't show up, then that will certainly interfere with my career.
Whoa. Married? Is he talking to Aunt Yuki? There's a pause. I think I hear her say, I'll see what I can do, and hang up. Uncle Kaito slams the phone to the table, then falls into the chair and holds his head in his hands. Hey, Uncle Kaito! He jumps up and gives me a weak smile.
You're back! How was school today?
School, okay. I stood beside him. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking to old Yuki just now. He looks a little uneasy, but waits for me to finish. What do you mean by still married? Isn't Aunt Yuki just away in business?
Sort of.
Kaito's eyes swirly and drops his temples.
I suppose you're old enough to know the truth. Your aunt and I are separated. We have been for the last 6 months.
The last 6 months. But you aren't divorced.
No.
How come we didn't know? We are your family.
We had to keep it quiet. Divorce is viewed differently here in Japan. It's not as common as in the States, and Yuki and I don't want our personal issues to interfere with our careers.
I remember the stories Fawn told me about how difficult it was when she and Dad first got married. She couldn't have stayed in Japan even if she wanted to. So if the two are just separated, does that mean Aunt Yuki is here in Isokaze?
Yes.
You shouldn't have lied. Does this mean I can see her? I get it. I get it. I know Japan has stricter rules on family-owned woods and what's proper, so I don't blame you for keeping this a secret from us. Kaito grins in
You
relief.
don't know how much that means to me, kid.
You know, surprisingly, I feel like so far I'm doing good choices, and I'm worried what might come later. Are you going to tell Nikki? He thinks before responding.
Yes, I will.
Do you think she will be angry that you lied? He has always been more sensitive than I. He shrugs.
Maybe. But I think she's mature enough to understand why we did it.
Yeah, it must be exhausting hiding it from everyone.
It has been.
What did Aunt Yuki say when you told her we were living with you?
Well, about that.
She doesn't know. Kaito tries often refuses to read my eyes. She doesn't know we're here.
No.
We're planning on telling her?
Of course. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I know Uncle Kaito doesn't try anymore, but I can't stop myself from asking. Since we're talking about now, what happened between you two? He sighs.
Yuki was ready to have kids, and I wasn't. We discussed the possibility of having children when we first got married, and I kept pushing it back. I wanted to focus on my career, and for a while, so did she. But you know how women are. At some point, their biological clock starts ticking. She didn't want to wait anymore.
But you still weren't ready.
No. After that huge argument, we started to drive each other crazy. I became acutely aware of all those small things Yuki did that I hated. We fought all the time, and at some point, we agreed that this wasn't working anymore. And that's how it's been for the last 6 months until we can figure out a more permanent solution.
It sounds kind of funny that even though you weren't ready for kids, you ended up with them anyway. He grins.
You guys don't count. You practically take care of yourselves. I'm just here to provide the roof.
Gee, thanks. Maybe it's a good thing you didn't have kids. He laughs. So, what was this phone call tonight about? Kaito turns home again.
Part of our agreement for our separation was that we will both do whatever it takes to keep up the pretense of marriage when it involves our careers.
Why not?
She's going on some sort of retreat with her girlfriend. Normally we consult with each other before booking any trips to prevent something like this from happening. But this time she didn't. I really need her there.
She'll be there. And Yuki and the girl. Clearly this arrangement isn't working either. How about instead of her, you take me and Nikki? How about that? Alright, now is the time when I'm not sure what to answer. Which choice would be the good one? Good. Okay, maybe you guys should just get the divorce. As the rest of playfulness is gone from Kaito's face.
Excuse me? I really need her.
Okay, she'll be there. I think that's don't worry, Aunt Yuki won't let you down, I think.
I'm not so sure.
It sounds like you two had an amicable separation.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you've got nothing to worry about, she'll be there.
How can you be so sure?
Because she still cares for you and wouldn't want to hurt you. Kaito grins.
Who knew you were such a romantic?
What? No, are still better and stuff. He laughs.
I'm just teasing. Seriously. Thanks.
Uncle Kaito glanced at the cloak and
I
stands.
didn't realize how late it's gotten. I have an early start tomorrow.
Don't you always have an early start? You get up before I do.
True, but I have an even earlier start than usual.
We say goodnight and Kaito heads upstairs. I'm going to the living room and turn on TV. After watching my shows and the news, I turn it off. Turn it for the night. Turn in for the night. And I turn for the night as well. Time to end the episode, and I see you tomorrow in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.